This is the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Leader Class Grimlock. The figure is part of, I think, the first and only Leader Class wave for the new movie toy line. And here he is. Let's just show on the packaging. Fantastic artwork. It looks great in packaging. If you're the type of collector who does not open up these 18 steps transformation, really, we'll talk about that later. If you're the type who does not, if you're the collector who doesn't open his toys and just keeps them in packaging, this is a nice figure to actually put on your shelf because he's in robot mode and he looked really great. And I was like, oh, I gotta get this guy. I can't wait for clearance. And once you open him up, you begin to realize that, maybe I should have waited for this guy to go on clearance, because although he looks great in packaging, he might look okay displayed on the shelf. He is a pain to transform. Absolutely ridiculous engineering on the transformation. The Dino Mode is just weird looking, lizard-like and whatnot. The Robot Mode, just good, maybe. Not even great. But it looked fantastic, terrific in packaging. So I was one of those bamboozled by Hasbro into getting it. I wish I could have gone back. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, you idiot, wait for it on clearance. There's a ton of these things. But a lot of collectors were initially eager to get this one because of his scale, and they have every right to do so. I mean, the scale is perfect for the deluxe class figures. He's about maybe just a tad bit smaller than he should have been. With regard to the movie accuracy and all that, but he was pretty good. If you wanted a big assly Grimlock, then he's probably the one you should have picked up. And a lot of collectors were thinking he was in limited stock, and that's not the case. And yeah, so let me just try and straighten him up, as we shall see in the discussion how he is. Okay. It doesn't even fit the screen. Let me fix that for you. Okay. Try not to be Michael Bay. Okay. There we go. Not too much shaking. So, put it down so he'll fit in the screen. Yeah, roughly. Okay. So there he is. Grimlock. Looks very skinny. The waist up, he's sort of okay. You see him in the movie, he's all silver. It's very hard to say if he was really skinny in some bits and pieces, but he did come as a very massive Grimlock to me. The legs, on the other hand, on the side they look okay, but when you turn him in front, he looks like he's wearing a pair of skinny jeans. And this is not the Grimlock we know. He, with these elf shoes, oh man, the designers at Hasbro Studios really made it difficult for the designers at the Hasbro toy team. I mean, he doesn't need those elf shoes. I know what Hasbro was going for. They were trying to make him look like knights, and knights back in the olden day had those elf pointy shoes. And really, Hasbro, you just look so funny, especially that he's wearing skinny jeans. Okay, I mean, it's okay for some of the limbs to be skinny. But I mean, you've seen animated. The animated Grimlock is. I meant to bring him, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. But you know what animated looks like. The Voyager class, about this tall. He's got beefed up lower legs, beefed up arms, and he had that skinny thighs. But it had its way of compensating for the overall silhouette. This one just looks skinny and chicken-legged. So yeah, one of my gripes. Having said that, the figure still looks great on the shelf, in my opinion. I wasn't about to open this figure up because I wanted to protect the chrome, but given as the movie really sucked for me, I decided, what the heck, these things are not going to be worth anything in the near future, so decided to open it up. And these the fantastic chrome. I am so pleased with Hasbro putting all that much chrome on a single figure, and it's not even a Takara release. So very, very nice. And you can back official transformation is you put these down so that it makes him look like a knight's armor, but it's really, Hasbro, just you need to beef him up. So I put it upstairs right there. So very, very cool. I like this gold paint on him, the orangey gold paint that Hasbro's developed specifically for Grimlock. I'm really liking that for some weird reason. I'm not even looking to have this guy customized to movie accuracy. I mean, if you want a more movie accurate Grimlock, you want to get the Platinum Edition 2-pack with Optimus Prime. But if you just want to get one Leader Class figure, I think the Optimus Prime is still a better investment. Unless you're a big Dinobot fan, you don't care for Optimus because it's getting all bad. Then Grimlock is the better choice. But for me, I was very interested in both figures, and I decided to pick up both because simply the way they look on the shelf. And I needed a Leader Class Grimlock back in the day. I thought I needed a Leader Class Grimlock, but having reviewed the Voyager class, I think, the Voyager class should have been enough. But anyway, here we are. He comes with 2 accessories that form parts of his Dinosaur Mode, the tail, obviously. And this is the thing about Hasbro's new Transformers toys. I mean, I wish they could have used this part. Could easily been transformed into something. It could have been part of something, like on his back. It could have made his legs thicker. I mean, it can't be too thin. It has to have some girth to it. I mean, some thickness to it. I mean, because this one, the plastic on this one could easily have been distributed on his legs, and it would have made a difference, a heck of a lot of difference. Because thick is always better than thin, right? And another gripe I have about this shield is it was originally chrome. And they painted on it. They painted that metallic orange. I love the metallic orange, don't get me wrong, but it was originally chrome. Can you see that? They should have kept it chrome. I don't care if the tail looks weird. Chrome is always great. I thought that was waste, and that's money. That's money they could have used that paint is money they could have saved, and they could have used some money to transform the tail. But anyway, so it folds like this. When you first open this, it is a pain to pluck out this spike, thorny thingy, whatever. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. So that's his shield with the spike that he used to bash things. So, okay, and this is supposedly his mace. It's great because it does not have that thing, that the extra stick that the Voyager class had, and he can actually hold it the way a mace or a club, whatever he should be held. I think he can even hold it with 2 hands, but we're not going to get to that. He probably can if you do a little bit of fidgeting with it. So let me transform him the way the instructions say. So he should look something like that, trying to make him massive. And this one transforms into a tail easily, quite nicely. You fold it this way and then fold it this way. And there you go. Even this one, I think, well, they had to find a place for the mace, and the tail was the logical place to do it. So okay, I can forgive this. I'm not really a big fan of the transforming tail. It can be a sword as well. I'm glad they didn't turn it into just a sword. That would be really insulting. Okay, so all in all, the figure will get, because of the chrome, I'm going to bump up the score to like a 7 out of 10. Articulation for this guy, he's only got a swivel neck. Could have been a ball joint. I don't know why they didn't do it. I think they needed it to be stable in alt mode. Okay, no waist articulation. He's got a ratcheting ball hinge shoulder, ratcheting ball hinge elbow, swivel wrist, ratcheting ball hinge hips, thigh swivel, ratcheting knees, hinge knees, and ball jointed ankles, ball hinge ankles because of transformation. So you can get that rocker ankle joint if you wanted to. So paint apps, decent enough, 9 out of 10. Articulation, 8 out of 10. For me, I wish the waist joint is very important to me, and the ball joint in the neck for emotive poses. So okay, transformation. We're gonna get to transformation after 9 minutes. I am gonna give it a 5 out of 10, and I'll show you why it's a 5 out of 10. Transformation is just mad ridiculous, and I don't mean it in a nice way. It's just horrible, and this is for 8 years old and above. And I mean, don't get me started with the instruction sheet. The instruction sheet should be just shredded and burned. And again, it's packaged in robot mode, and yet they want you to begin transforming him from Dinosaur Mode. The instructions are horrible enough as it is, and they want you to reverse transformation when you're transforming him for the first time. So why even give instructions? And it's crazy. The transformation engineering enough is crazy enough as it is, and you have this substandard transformation. And I mean, if you're not into transformers, this might not be the best first choice figure purchase you want to do. So anyway, let's get right to it. I don't even know where to begin. This is probably the best way to do it because the legs are like the toughest one. So unpeg these things. These things, I don't even know why they're there. I mean, they're just for aesthetic purposes, maybe to hold these things down. Maybe it would have been difficult to mold it, okay, but they're just a pain in the ass to transform because they're soft and flimsy and they just get in the way. Then what you want to do is you want to go fold. You're going to fold these. The instructions is fold it out, but I suggest you keep it down. Fold these and just do it like this. Transform the headpiece by folding this out like that. It's better if you do it this way. It's easier to hold on to the piece. And then transform it this way. Fold it down and form the head. Now this is what I like. The engineering for the transformation for the head, I love it. They could have easily put it as like a back kibble, like an easy back kibble like that. But they transformed it into shoulder pads, which is great. Shoulder armor, and I love it. I like the head splitting, literally head splitting transformation of this guy. Might be difficult to remove once you've put it all the way in. So that's the head. And the head's gonna stay there. Maybe. No, it's gonna stay like this. This is how the robot will, the alt mode's gonna look like. This is gonna be the neck, this is gonna be the legs, and you attach the tail. Okay. Detach the shoulders. This is gonna be hard for the first time. It's always very tight for the first time, but once you've done it several times, it should be easy. I'm still having a hard time with it. Oh, there you go. So fold it down. Instead of the instructions tell you to fold it out, but you fold it down like that. And as you can see, a lot of the paint is rubbing off of the chrome. I think that's one of the points it's going to be degrading. If you're going to resell this figure, I suggest don't transform him too many times because the paint apps are just going to be ruined. So just keep it there for now. You can transform the legs if you want to. Go ahead and rotate the... Oops. This arm has a way of, this hand has a way of popping off. You can pop it off, pop it on easily. So do it like that, rotate, and then do it like this, transform it like that. Oh, go ahead and fold it all the way here, and then yeah, we'll leave it for now. Okay, this is gonna be quite the handful. Alright, then what you want to do is you want to go and untab these pieces. They tab in there to secure the... Oh, sorry! Fold out the feet. Yeah, then you want to go in and tab the leg pieces. They're going to form the neck pieces. So there. It's a bit of a mess, but... yeah. Okay. Now here's the difficult part. The instructions tell you to rotate and fold the 7 steps or 5 steps to transform the foot. But the whole idea is you want to get it in a position so that this entire piece is all the way up here. But you can't do that because this thing is here. So what you want to do is you just want to rotate this leg piece out of the way so that you can have it facing like that. That's just the only transformation. I mean, the instructions show a ton of steps just to do it, but the whole idea is to get this whole bronze piece, this golden piece, up to this part, and you have to get this one out of the way. So do it this way. And of course you have to fold this one in, which I've already done in the beginning. So that's the end position you wanna have them in. Okay, the cylindrical piece outside on this smooth chrome piece, and the foot facing in the same direction. That's exactly just what you want to do. All right, and one of the arms just popped off. Why? Because it's Hasbro. in right there. Okay. And then, okay, what do you want to do? You want to go ahead and fold the legs. See, it was originally robot mode this way. Then you want to go and fold it this way. Okay, just connect it that way. There's another piece there where I'm sure a lot of gold paint are going to be scraping on and off. Go ahead and transform the legs so that they're out of the way. Okay. Let me show you first the official Dinosaur Mode, and then we'll comment on that. So this one, they just tab in there, and the head just stays there. Oh no, I forgot to do something. Sorry. You have to raise the torso, this piece right here, right there. Just elongate the torso there before you tab in the legs. My bad. There we go. Glad I caught that before anything else. And then these things just tab in right there. So there you go. I hope that was clear as mud. I'm kidding. All right. You see these pegs right here? These are going to go here, and this hole right there is going to go right there. It's the same for the other side. So let's get right to it. Go ahead and do that. Now rotate the feet should be facing down like this. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that. Okay. And then, as I said, tab right there. Okay. Then this one, am I doing this thing right? Yeah. Then tab this one right here, and you should form that neck piece. Before you do that, you want to go ahead and lock the neck right here. Yeah, my bad. God, I'm even confused in my own transformation. Okay, there you go. It's easy. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to do. Make sure it's all the way in so that you'll be able to do this. So there we go. And then this one just folds this way, I suppose. Yeah, it'll fold this way because there's a peg here. We'll tab on here, and this peg is going to tighten. So we'll do that later. Okay. This is sort of the rib cage, so you fold it out like this, and you do the same on the other side. My bad. The feet should have been The feet should have been rotated upwards. Don't rotate the feet anymore. My bad. It's so confusing because he's inverted. Okay, there we go. Feet should be here because this is the belly, and the toes should be pointing downwards on the belly. Okay, so go ahead and fold that over here. This should be the position you're at, and then the chrome pieces, the beautiful chrome pieces, should be tabbed in nice and cleanly right here. Oh man, is it tight? Okay. And then right there. And then, just as I said, okay, rotate it over here. The Dino mode has been inverted. Okay, so right there. And you should end up with something, no, not like that. Like this, okay. And then this headpiece should be right over here. You want to go and just keep it. I think, does it tab in anywhere? No, it just stays like that. These do tab though. Okay. Oh, now this one's coming undone. Okay. And you should end up with something like this. This is how the instructions say the official bot mode is. It's like an iguana. And then the way the tail attaches to itself is... this is the point, the shield part where you attach it onto the Dino mode, and then this one, see these two pieces right here? They're supposed to go into those holes right there. Okay, there. And then be careful when you attach it. Make sure that the spike on Grimlock's head goes in between these spikes. Okay, so this tab is going to tab right in there, and right there. So make sure that the Grimlock spike is in between. You can't see it. But, okay, and then tab it here, tab these here, and there you go. That is the complete Dino mode for Grimlock. It looks like an iguana or Godzilla that has slimmed down. Alt mode is a 6 out of 10 for me. Because he's massive enough and he's got a lot of chrome parts, he's going to get a 6. Transformation 5. Robot mode 7. This guy's overall is just going to get a 6 out of 10 for me. Not entirely sure you want to pay full price for it, but you know, the one thing I wanted Hasbro to do was I wish they had gotten a picture of a T-Rex or gotten more. This is a T-Rex. It's an old toy I had, and I think the Voyager class figure looks a tad bit better as a T-Rex than this guy. Right, so my thing is, if you want to invest in a Grimlock and you're not really bothered with scale, he will scale well with the other Dinobots in Deluxe class, but he will scale well with the other Autobots of the Deluxe class. So it's up to you. My suggestion is this is the one you want to pick up, this version. There's several versions of this one. You've got the Platinum Edition, you've got the Toys R Us exclusive version, so it's really up to you. And I forgot to show Optimus in robot mode, but he's a little bit shorter than Grimlock. Almost the same size. Don't get me wrong. In robot mode, they're almost the same size. So he's in that league of Leader Class. But if you want scale, he's definitely not in that scale with Grimlock. And the only way, well, I'll show you some of the smaller primes. But before we do that, I wanted to show you the way I make this thing look better is just to get him in sort of like looking like this. The only way I saw is that you fold the legs all the way up. You try to make the legs as close to the neck as possible, and that way you get a more T-Rex-y looking, even know if that's a word, a more T-Rex looking alt mode than the ones we've previously seen. So that's probably the only saving grace this one has, that you can still make him look like a T-Rex instead of an iguana, a dinosaur iguana, by just moving the legs a little bit forward. And I think that's okay. And it's got that chomping feature. That should be okay on the shelf, in my opinion. And then it's up to you if you want to pick a Scout class, Legends, Big Legends class Optimus Prime to ride on Grimlock. Okay, but I think the movie, the Legends movie Optimus, I think should be in better scale. Help me save my family, or I'll kill you, because we Autobots, we like to threaten other warriors to help us fight our cause. Come on, so stupid. I mean, I wish the Dinobots could have spoken. Me Grimlock will follow better leader. Optimus Prime has shown he's better leader, and we warriors, Dinobot warriors, will follow Prime because Prime is good. Something like that. That's how it should have been. Or if they didn't want the old Greg Berger, I mean, Greg Berger would have been a fantastic addition to the movie. I mean, he didn't have to say that. He didn't have. If they wanted to do an updated version of Grimlock and not do that caveman talk, they could have made him speak as though he was just learning English for the first time. Like, I don't know, Optimus, we follow. Optimus, you lead, we follow. Dinobots are good, we will protect. We not, instead of saying me Grimlock, like smash me Grim, instead of like talking like the Hulk or the old Grimlock, they could advance it like somebody who's not familiar with the English language and just try to speak the English language, and it would have sounded great, like Dinobots, we follow, good leader, something like that, and I think that would have been great. I wish they made the Dinobots speak Could have more. They could have been more dynamism with the character, more development, and the part when they were about to leave. Thank you, Dinobots. Thank Optimus Prime. You are supreme leader. If you need help, we will obey, or something like that. Optimus need not threaten Dinobots. We not savages like Autobots. Okay. Anyway, so there you go. Sorry for all these rants and having such a lengthy video, but it was very frustrating. I would not recommend you get this right away. I'm sure it'll still be there on clearance. So I hope, despite